being on the brunt end of all the DMs and stuff. कि bro तू हानिया के साथ है, तू ये हो रहा है फलाना.
Like तूने Dave East के लिए भी like open किया था.
And this is like 50 Crips everywhere, and I'm just like in the back with a bright ass orange hoodie. We're not the best lyricists, you know. Could we be better? Yes, but that's how we're gonna learn.
I mean, bro, बारिशों में भी खाली है फिजा.
खाली है फिजा.
Bro, क्या बात है? Welcome our centenary to Pakiavellian. Unfortunately, Salman आज मेरे सिर्फ दिल में है. He had some family commitments. और यार एक दफा मैं एक कॉन्सर्ट पे गया. This gentleman was performing and he started singing. मैं अपनी बहन के साथ खड़ा हुआ था. इसने गाना शुरू किया. मेरी बहन कहती है ये ऑटो ट्यून के साथ है. I was like नहीं मिराल, ये ऑटो ट्यून के साथ नहीं है. That should let you know about the talent this man possesses. We have the one and only Haider Mustehsan with us. Sir, thank you so much for coming. Fun fact, Haider मैं चाहता था would be one of the first guests on Pakiavellian, but वो थोड़ा हमारा scheduling का issue रहता था. Sir जो है वो making waves abroad.
Trying.
So bro, first and foremost, so congratulations on the new EP.
Thank you.
But सबसे even before that, मुझे तुझसे एक like शिकायत है. शिकायत ये है bro कि you fooled me. मैं बताता हूँ क्यों. Dhanak, your song came out, and bro, either I don't know if it probably was on purpose because you're such a like cerebral and like methodic person. जितना मुझे पता है, the way you released that song, bro, I believed what you were saying.
Yeah.
I promise you, मैं कह रहा था नहीं. I was sat there like, अगर आपको नहीं पता तो धनक जो है हैदर का गाना निकला beginning of 2024 में, and great song by the way. ठीक है. And रिलीज किस तरह किया गया कि हैदर साहब ने पहले एक तस्वीर लगाई मरी हिल्स के अंदर, बहुत ही कैंडिड, you know, just enjoying the weather, enjoying the vibe. और फिर हानिया ने एक तस्वीर लगाई. हमने कहा अच्छा ये मैंने जगह देखी है, ये भी मरी के अंदर है, नहीं पता नहीं. उसके अगले दिन हैदर ने एक और तस्वीर लगाई एंड अगेन मरी हिल्स. मैंने कहा अच्छा ये क्या हो रहा है.
So you caught on the location.
And then हानिया ने भी एक और तस्वीर लगाई and I was like नहीं can't be the same place, can't be the place. A third picture came in और आपको बस एक वो हाथ नजर आया या like कोई बाल नजर आए and you're like नहीं, what is going on, what is. और फिर कमेंट्स आनी शुरू हुई. ये इसने कुछ कर लिया इससे. फिर हानिया की एक और तस्वीर है एंड देन इट वाज हर जगह कमेंट्स आप पढ़ी जाओ. आई डोंट नो इफ आई कैन से दिस बट इट वाज लाइक हानिया को सिर्फ म्यूजिशियंस पसंद आते हैं या इस तरह करके बातें होती हैं कि लड़का हानिया आमिर को पसा लिया वगैरह वगैरह. आई एम सेइंग मैं बहुत फ्रीली बात कर रहा हूँ तो लाइक जस्ट एक्सक्यूज मी, बट ब्रो I bit so hard, man. You're a marketing genius. I want to let you know that.
No, I have to give credit to everyone. It was just like all credit to Hania first and foremost. Immaculate co-star first and foremost. Very easy to work with, and it was kind of a symbiotic idea. कि ये कर लेते हैं, लेकिन जब हमने शुरू किया ये करना, तो it got so out of hand that even I was just like, yo, like, because I'm like getting like messages and DMs like, तूने दीदी को touch किया. Wait, God. All right. So I started getting messages like, yo, like, how dare you? Are you with Hania Amir? Are you doing this? I'm like, no, bro. Like, मैंने कुछ बोला नहीं, but it was the ultimate marketing strategy in the world. And she was cool enough to go around with it, you know, because Hania is a cool girl. Very, very cool girl.
What was that feeling like when... Achha, so this... Okay, you said it was on like, it was planned, it was methodical.
It wasn't planned, but it was like sporadical, but it was like...
Okay, now we've gotten something and then we...
Okay, jab pehli picture aayi bhai, we're just like, the reaction that we got was so like immense. I mean, it was obvious that we're going to do that, but like for me, like me being on the brunt end of all the DMs and stuff, कि bro, तू हानिया के साथ है, तू ये हो रहा है, फलाना फलाना. I was like, for a minute, I'm like stressed, but then I'm like, you know what? Bro, let it go. And I spoke to Hania. She's like, let it go. I'm like, all right, fit. So it was a very good marketing job. It was very good PR. All credit to Hania for that.
And you know what? लोग बहुत कोशिश करते हैं इस तरह की like natural marketing करने की and they don't really, it kind of falls flat.
Feels forced.
It feels forced.
Feels forced.
I'm not going to take names, but like लोगों की अब जो, no, I'm not going to take names.
I didn't ask you.
लोगों की जो होती है ना, like I've seen people जो fake fights कर लेते हैं कि oh actor had fight with director या इस तरह करके. It's amazing कि like इस तरह तुम लोगों ने सोचा and like and fair enough bro, like तुझे was this like, अच्छा तू अभी कह रहा था you stumbled onto this, but ये label से related था या was it just like ये तुमसे related था? How did they?
It wasn't related to the label. The song Dhanak, for myself, it was such a special song to me because when we made the song, I instantly knew when you know you have a good track, and it was one of those tracks that I don't care about what anybody has to say. To me, in my heart, I love this song. Like I love the track. So when we brought it up, and coincidentally, I asked Hania to be a part of this. She was down because she loved the track equally. It's a fire track.
Fire track.
So when we got to doing all of this, it was just very natural the way we progressed with the marketing and everything. And bro, कसम से इसके पीछे कोई scheme नहीं थी. ये नहीं था कि हम ये post करेंगे, वो कर रहे थे. हम उठते थे, सोचते ये कर दें, वो कर दें, फलाना. But after the first one, it just went so bizarrely out of the wayward that I'm like kind of like weirded out by it, but I'm just like, you know what, it's okay, like it's happening because it's natural, because people believe it. It's like happening.
And you know bro, इस तरह की pop culture moments जो है ना, they don't happen. पाकिस्तान में तो बहुत कम ही होता है. Like, वो situation in heaven आ जाता है कभी-कभार, but like इस तरह का कभी नहीं होता. But okay, bro, I just wanted to say कि ये मुझे January 2024 से मैं था यार, इसने मुझे he fooled me, man. I fucking bit into it so hard. Man. I was one of those people जो message करता है यार मेरी बात थोड़ा easy हो जा, इससे सबको पता चल रहा है whatever. पता है.
No, it's because of the rings too.
बहुत आला.
ये rings वाला scene था, because there was a hand and there was the rings and they were like, ये कौन है? Bro, people found my Instagram based off the rings. They were like, yo, zooming on the rings and stuff. I'm like, yo, it's not that serious. Like, guys, relax. वो हार्पिक पीने लगे थे, कोई सर्फ एक्सेल पी रहा था, कह रहा था कि मैं खुद खुशी कर लूंगा. मैंने कहा चलो ठीक है,
चलो ठीक है.
हम क्या कर सकते हैं bro. I'm sorry that you feel that way.
बहुत आला bro. तो coming on to your EP, तो रेडियो जाम है या रेडियो जैम बोलेंगे? जाम. अच्छा हाँ. So bro, a lot of artists आजकल they delay their music, for like the right time. Yeah, they're waiting on like labels to come, कोई उनसे like support मिले या कोई sale हो इस तरह के. You've been in this game for like a few years now. 2-3 साल type हो चुके हैं if I'm not wrong. Heeriye came out in like 2020. हाँ. So a few years. So what was, ऐसा क्या था इस time के लिए that you thought कि अच्छा अब जो है मुझे it's time for me to make an EP, and you came out with these 4 songs. Fizza बहुत आला track है. Just letting you know. मुझे बहुत पसंद है.
Fizza's fire. But the whole prospect about the EP was like, देखो, I haven't released a complete body of work. With the label, I'm not going to get too much into it. Like there was a certain contract and clauses that you need to deliver a certain amount of songs. So I delivered the 4 songs in form of a EP package, which I think was fine because I needed to get a good body of work out there. But at the same time, I wanted to put out my best foot forward and get away from the constraints that come with being a part of a label. And there's a lot more I can say about this, but I'd rather digress about the experiences and how that happened and what happened. But I'm glad it did. The work is out there. It's for people to listen. I think I did a good job on it. But I saved the best for the upcoming year. So we have about 20 to 25 songs in the pipeline.
Fuck.
I mean, yeah, it's just that's like done. There's a bunch of stuff that's not done, but we're gonna go hard this year pretty much.
अच्छा, before I move on, एक मेरा तुझसे सवाल है क्योंकि मैं फिजा बहुत ज़्यादा सुनता हूँ. I should have asked you when I met you अभी पीछे, क्यों बारिशों भी खाली है फिजा, क्यों बारिशों में भी खाली है फिजा, इसका मतलब क्या है ब्रो? मैं तब से सोच रहा था कि
bro, फिजा
is like atmosphere.
Fiza is atmosphere. It's raining, right? There's clearly stuff in the air, but if I'm standing in the rain, and I'm like this, and the raindrops are falling, I still feel like the air is empty. Like there's no rain falling, there's no wind blowing, you know. So सोच के तो यही लिखा था.
Bro, मेरा तो like I really like that song. और एक और sidebar, bro. तेरी music videos में I've seen you be a bartender, I've seen you like working in a restaurant, I've seen you like mechanic बने हुए हो. पर तेरी वो जो corporate side है ना, जो UN वाली like
Yeah.
उस तरह, वो भी मैं देखना चाहता हूँ किसी music video के अंदर. I saw a video of you like singing at like this huge what was it, कोई summit था या in Islamabad or something.
It was,
वो side भी मैं हैदर की देखना चाहता हूँ किसी
Yeah,
music
I-
video के अंदर.
I do want to keep those two things separately.
Oh, really?
It's just because my Instagram bio says we exist in dualities, and that's for a reason. Like, I exist in dualities that I care about the academic side of my pursuits, and I care about my music side. To blend them in is, I think, unless it's done properly, it's a disservice to each other. So when the thing you're mentioning, that when I sang at that thing, it was the Margala dialogue for Islamabad Policy Research Institute. It's called IPRI, which is where I was at for a while. And someone asked me to do it. Like my boss was like, "Tumhe gaana aata hai, beta go." I said they were foreigners and everything, and I did it, and it was great. Felt great.
Great से तो बहुत बेहतर था. It was like, you know, वो जो moment होता है ना, वो बंदा आपको कहता है कि like थोड़ा कर लो. You're like,
वो वो कवाल को लग रहा था ना कि अच्छा ये आ गया कोई बंदा, यानी कि गाना तो आता नहीं है. Anyway, it was a good time, and I want to find as I progress like a way to consolidate these two ambitions.
duality को फिर singular बना देंगे.
Singularity. It can never be that way, but my point is like I pursue academics because I'm genuinely interested.
Why can't it be that way? I guess.
Because it's not really done before. You get it? Like nobody's really seen a person that's into politics and economics and sociology who's doing music. And I don't mean to toot my horn. I'm just saying like these are two different fields. In order to be respected in either of them, you need to put in the work. So if I were to say something about any political or sociological or economic matter, I need to have a reputable thing behind me to make those claims. Just like in music, if I'm singing, I need to have the accolades to have a, you know. Now that I have my master's, which I officially have a master's degree, now I have somewhat of a say. Because when people tell me, oh, तुम्हें क्या पता है? Sir, मुझे पता है. मुझे प्यार है इस subject से. Like I'm not just doing this off my whim. But to consolidate politics, I don't want to say politics, like humanities. Consolidate the humanities with music is my pursuit. And eventually, I guess I'll figure it out. But for now, it's just like here and there, like S and concept.
Nice. So you feel like there's going to be some conscious lyricism in your music soon then?
Yeah.
And maybe just switch away from the romantic
Yeah, it would
boy
be.
next door type situation.
It would be definitely when I change genres, because if I'm doing pop and R&B, it has to be. It can't be that deep. Pop and R&B usually is like you have to get to the point. Like, what are you talking about? Like, if I'm doing rap or something else.
Very random. Do you think R&B is dying?
Yeah.
I think I don't have a space to say this. Like, it's not really my culture type of situation. But like someone jo, you know, तुम New York में होते हो and you spend a lot of time with people that you know live and breathe this music, live and breathe this culture. Like, I just go off of what I hear. Freddie Gibbs कह रहा होता है, Diddler भी कह रहा होता है.
Diddler.
R&B is there or something.
R&B is dying, and R&B is dying as a genre. It is dying as the art of what you defined R&B as, rhythm and blues. You get it? It's dying. But I think it's just morphed into something else. And that's with any music culture. You know, when people are too certain and set on music genres, like this is this and this is that, I think we're entering an age where everybody's blending everything together. And it's kind of a confusing space. Kya aap sunte kya ho? Hum to na, and I'm pretty sure if I speak for both of us, we grew up on Metallica, Iron Maiden, Korn, like, bro, and Justin Timberlake, and like, you know, the dichotomy between the stuff that we are Mehdi Hasan, samajh aa rahi hai na, humne bahut variety suni hai. Now, I think the time of genres is kind of dead. Like, genres exist, as a
That's a very interesting thing, huh?
as a platonic concept. They exist, like the perfect form of a genre exists, like classic rock, rap, blah blah blah. But in physicality, in actual reality, it doesn't exist in its purest form because, bro, like they think it's cool to blend genres now, you know, like rap, EDM, R&B, like mix everything together.
Eventually फिर ये जो nominations भी जो होती हैं awards की ये भी I guess
It's getting confusing.
हाँ Tyler ने भी अपनी जब when he won what was it rap album of the year he was like this is a, sort of like a backhanded compliment. खैर I digress.
Yeah.
बात शुरू कहाँ से हुई थी your EP. Bro, I think this is the year 2024 was the year जब तुमने you released the most songs you ever you released the most amount of sons in your like
That is true.
career. So
That's an astute observation.
bro,
That's a good observation.
मैं तेरा heavy fan हूँ, bro. रज के. So would you compounding all of that stuff like having your first EP, having a pop culture moment, जो people जिन्होंने like who spent like probably twice there have had a career twice as long as yours उनके नहीं होते. Would you say that 2024 was your most successful year or your best year as a artist so far? 2023 भी तुम्हारा बहुत strong था, bro. Like Velo भी था, तुम्हारा वो World Cup anthem भी था. So
Yeah, the World Cup anthem was like whatever, but like my point is
it
like
wasn't whatever. ये इस तरह की बातें ना करो.
I personally didn't love it, and that's fine. I could say this right now. People can hear it. My point is like 2024 was by far, like you said, the most music I've put out, and I went out of the way. But am I satisfied with it? No. Have I learned from the mistakes that I made this year, putting out the music that I did? Yes. The next year, which is this year, am I more sharp and ready to do things differently? 100,000%. Because being an artist, specifically, I'm not going to go into like my psychology or whatever. It's just you learn and you learn, you digress, then you come back, then you digress, then you come back. And I've been stuck in that cycle for a long time, except 2024, because I released music. Mm-hmm. But now I have so much great music that I can't like wait. Like, and I don't even care if people like it or not. You know, you get it? Like, this is the best thing I've made for myself. And that's what, it took me this long to get to the level कि अपने लिए करना चाहिए.
इस तरह तुम I don't know if it's your tone, but why you're making it seem like 2024 was a bad year? Like,
It wasn't a bad year.
For me, as a Haider Mustehsan fan, I was like, oh, yes, I'm getting what I want. I'm getting what I want.
It was a great year, but you can't like get complacent with that. It was a great year in terms of streams, in terms of outreach, but was it a great year in terms of the songs that I wanted to put out that represent me? Maybe, aside from Dhanak, because that was a special song to me. Yeah, it was a good year, but 2025 is going to be. Look, 2024 was a great year, but 2025, everything is going to compound. It's compounded, you know, the law of compounding interest. So I don't think that's a law, but.
Do you think an artist can have a bad year or like a artist को इतनी like margin of error in this day and age है कि like we can have a bad year?
So like if you are up there, if you are fortunate and unfortunate enough to be in the public eye continuously, you can get all that. The only issue with that is once you are up there, the eyes are on you. You can have a bad year once you stoop from the public perceptions level. I'll give you an example, like Hanuman Kind. You know his song, like
big step father.
Yeah, and I think he's like a very talented artist because I saw his other stuff too. But what's going to define him now is like the song, but what he does next, like what's his next big release. Because yes, you've been put on a pedestal, you've put in front of thousands of audiences globally, not just like South Asia. Mm-hmm. He deserves it. But what is your next track? And everybody's going to be hyper-focused on that. And being an artist not in the spotlight, you have that leeway to like get out of that. You know, you have the leeway to, if you had a bad song, it's okay. But once you're up there, you don't have that leeway. So if you flop, you flop.
It's like जो designer के साथ हुआ था Panda के अंदर technically.
Yeah, no, exactly. उसके बेचारे के क्या अगले गाने सुने हैं किसी ने?
I mean Timmy Turner मुझे तो बहुत अच्छा लगा था. That was a banger. तुझे ये pressure feel हुआ था after Dhanak because it was I mean, I got a million something या 2 million streams उसकी थी, तो तुझे like एकदम से वो, and like fairly quickly, it wasn't like a year-long period. तुझे इस तरह का pressure feel हुआ था, like you came up, okay, like अच्छा, this is, I've come up with a very very big song, and now I have to, the one after me, I have to make sure, okay, it's like इस तरह.
No, it wasn't pressure at all, bro. Like mujhe, like I said, like there's few songs and I'll name them: Heeriye, Ek Bari, Tere Naal, Dhanak, and shout out to PD. Like we did the first 2 songs together. Like these are some of the songs that I couldn't care less if people love or not. And I'm saying this like very comfortably. I love these songs. Like Dhanak, I love. तो उसको 2 million views मिले, great. I'm really happy for it. Does it deserve like the world? Yeah, of course, bro. Like it's a fucking banger. You know, let's bleep that out.
Chilling है, fucking banger, huh?
And the biggest song that I think we had was Tere Naal. Tere Naal is the most fun song to perform. It is the most happiest I feel. It is the best pop lyrics I've written. Because unlike, oh, that's fucked up to say. Like, we write everything ourselves. Me and PD, we just sit there. And maybe they're not the best of lyrics. Maybe they are. But it's genuine. Like, you get it. Like, हम किसी का सहारा नहीं लेते.
There's no pretentiousness.
कुछ भी नहीं है. कि भाई हम लोग ना एक लफ्ज़ पे फंसे होते हैं, लेकिन हम फंसे होते हैं. We're happy with that. Like, गंदी lyrics हैं, आपको बुरी लग रही हैं. It's fine. That's how you learn. We don't have like 9 writers to help us write a single track. You know, we don't have 9 credits. We have 2. It's PD and me. And it takes time. We're not the best lyricists. You know, could we be better? Yes. But that's how we're going to learn.
I mean, bro, बारिशों में भी खाली है फिजा.
खाली है फिजा.
Bro, क्या बात. Trust me, bro, I love that. But it's very interesting कि तूने ये कहा है कि तेरे नाल is like a very sincere song to you. Because I would assume कि no slight to like ये जो corporate backed music establishments होती हैं, like Velo, Sound Station and Coke. I would assume कि ये बहुत ही formulaic होते होंगे in the sense कि like when I say formulaic कि like yeah, just to like example दूँ तो कुछ labels या इस तरह होते हैं ना, उन्होंने कोई tricks of the trade बनाए हुए होते हैं कि अगर आप chorus beginning में डालो तो फिर there's a chance कि वो ज़्यादा हो. Then there's this thing called the millennial WAP, which is like it's like remember that chilling है बहन चोद कोई मसला नहीं. There's this thing called the millennial WAP, and you'll realize that's in a lot of pop songs. So it goes like whoa, whoa. It's like तो Katy Perry के गानों में आपको नजर आता है. So this is what they throw. So it's interesting that you said Tere Naal is like a very personal song to you, because I would assume के जो corporation थी behind the station वो तुम्हें बोलेगी कि अच्छा हमारी input ज़्यादा लो या इस तरह का गाना बनाओ. Was it like that?
No, it wasn't, because it's just based off the virtue of how great of a song it was. Like when we recorded it, and this was a year after it actually got released, it was such, and I'm saying this with all confidence, जब हम सुन रहे थे ना उसको, it was such a banger from the gate.
100%.
We're like, yo, bro, this is it. And the way the corporate entities did the marketing or whatever, we could go in depth about that. But this song, you play it for anyone, anywhere. I know I might sound like cocky right now, but
bro, this is the place you play that song any fucking where.
you play it anywhere. It's a hit. It's a bopper, whether I'm singing or not. But the fact is, I am, and we made that song off scratch without anybody's help, without no label support, without any writers. You know, our boy produced it. Everything's homegrown, scratch. So for
You're
us,
saying the song was made before Velo Sound Station?
Oh yeah, it was way before. We had that in the back pocket for a while. Like we have a lot of stuff in the back pocket. You get it? But Velo, they shot the video very well. Speaking of Tere Naal, my co-star Yasmin was super cool. Shout out Yasmin, super cool. Looked very amazing. Did everything right. Like it was a very Zishan Parvez. Shout out Zishan Bhai as well. Everything went smoothly. So I was very happy with the Velo experience. The song itself, to this day, there's a lot of people that came up to me and have said this. And it's not like any other song. They've been like, yo, this song helped me through a lot of my times. And I was like, yeah, for real, it helped me too. Because I was like, this song is such a great song that if I wasn't singing it, and if I was hearing it, it would help me too. It's one of those songs that you get like in an artist's lifetime, you get 3 of those. Someone said that recently. I'm just quoting someone else right now. I forgot who said it. It's like you get 3 songs in an artist's career. This is one of mine. Like Tere Naal is up there. Dhanak is cool, but I think I have like 2 more bangers to go.
I think bro इससे और भी काफी ज़्यादा आते हैं bro. ऐसा कोई like वो नहीं है because I'm gonna skip ahead अपने notes के अंदर bro because I was doing my research and like watching तेरे जो पुराने interviews हैं. Bro, a lot of your stuff, I'm trying not to sound condescending, but like it's gone under the, I don't think that's condescending, it's gone under the radar. Like bro, मैंने जब वो देखा कि like, I'm probably paraphrasing, but like तूने Dave East के लिए भी like open किया था या something like, bro ये कोई छोटी बात नहीं है.
लेकिन who knows?
Bro ये कोई no, अच्छा मेरी बात सुन.
Like they don't even know who Dave East is.
Listen to Godfather 4, Dave East and Nas. मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा, आपकी जिंदगी बदल जाएगी. Godfather 4.
Bro, that was like, back in 2018. I was like fucking
bro,
22.
तो ये कोई छोटी बात नहीं है. Yeah, like ये मेरी तो blast हो गई थी. Like there is no other way to put it. अच्छा तो जिसको नहीं पता, J Cole की music video जो है Applying Pressure, उसके अंदर भी Dave East आता है. तो heavy boy है, अगर आप लोगों को नहीं पता. बहुत heavy boy है. East Coast legend भी कहा जा सकता है उसे. Go listen to Marathon Continues भी है उसका बहुत अच्छा गाना है. Like Paranoia, The Disappearance, Hoffa album से. तो अच्छा bro ये ज़रा मुझे बता because I need to know ये I think you अच्छा जिसने वो interview नहीं देखा उनके लिए बता दे कि ये हुआ क्या था and like ये कोई छोटी बात नहीं है. I cannot stress ये छोटी बात नहीं है, ये बहुत बड़ी बात है.
Man, the Davies thing was very random. I used to go to this studio in the Bronx called Plug Studios. A Boogie recorded there, his engineer recorded there. And just some happenstance, there was this guy called Piff Jones, really talented artist out of Queensbridge. He was there and we made a song together. And when we did, it turned out he's from Dave East's camp. And Dave East had a show at Irving Plaza. He's like, yo, bro, we just did the song. You want to come with me to open up for Dave East? I'm like, yeah, dude, like, what is the most surreal experience of my life? Here I am, right? And there's just like 50 Crips everywhere. And I'm just like in the back with a bright ass orange hoodie, like, and I'm in there. But like, it was a very good experience in terms of like, you got to hold your own in certain environments. And you only know when you're put in an uncomfortable situation. Like that crowd, Dave East's crowd caters to a specific New York audience. And they're not, I don't fit that bill. You get it? But the fact that we did it, I met East, I met all of them, they were all like appreciative about it. So
the reason I wanted to bring that up was because uske tumhare se gaane bahut different hain. Like uske like full, you know, there's an East Coast like underground sound that he has. So performing for his crowd and like doing well, काफी एक छोटी बात नहीं है.
Yeah.
It's a difficult crowd to like, you know, maintain their attention and make them like feel what you're doing. Uske alawa bro, like, so we were talking about, you know, stuff that really needs, kya naam hai, the stuff that you're doing that really needs to be put under the spotlight. Ek to, I've seen you perform at like Indowarehouse with like Kahani music.
Yeah.
Bro, as a Pakistani, agar aapko Pakistani should know ke like वहाँ पे क्या scene चल रहा है जो हमारे music को like उसका करे. So if you don't know what, for the people that don't know what Indowarehouse is, उनको जरा बताओ. And if you don't know, then अगर आप कभी जाए, सिर्फ New York में तो नहीं होता ना, like they performed at Coachella as well, and like
they're not yet. They are gonna perform at Coachella, but
I saw a picture जो like
they're going to.
Oh, अच्छा.
This Coachella.
Catch it at Coachella then, huh?
Indowarehouse is basically this guy called Arman Gupta. He started this label. Shout out Arman, aka Kahani. He started this venture about like 5 years ago, and we had been friends since then. And when he started this venture, everybody had a lot of doubts. Ke, yaar, aap desi music ko house or EDM ke andar kaise karoge, flana flana. And it started off small. He played small sets, and then it grew and grew and it grew to the point that he headlined Brooklyn Mirage twice, not even once. And Brooklyn Mirage is the prime venue for any house or any, you know, it's one of the best venues in the world.
अगर आपने वीडियो नहीं देखी हैदर की performing there, it's actually insane.
It is insane.
Like पीछे वो जो तेरे वो चल रहे थे like fireworks नहीं कहते but like वो जो pyrotechnics जो चल रही थी, I was like bro ये boy, is this Madison Square Garden?
No, it is for the EDMs. This is the Madison Square Garden for any house music fan, and they did it very well. Like, and all credit to Arman because he built that up from the like. आप कहते हो ना कि scratch से. I mean, shout out also Zain since we're talking about it. जिसने रास्ता बनाया है ना, रास्ता ground up से बना है. जिस तरह ये बना है उसी तरह he made Indowarehouse the same way, because it started off with like 100 people at a club, like a small club, and it grew into 6,000 to 7,000. Now he's on tour everywhere. But speaking of Indowarehouse, I always felt that thing कि मैं तो पाकिस्तानी हूँ, सही हम लेकिन हम कट्टर पाकिस्तानी हैं. Like मुझे हमेशा होता था कि bro Indowarehouse. लेकिन he was cool enough with it to understand कि I'm Pakistani and I will always represent my. कि जब मैं पहली दफ़ा भी गया था और दूसरी दफ़ा भी गया था, I wore रास्ता just as a showcase to bro के, और मैं जब भी announce करता था, my name is Haider Mustehsan from Islamabad, Pakistan. You get it? Just so they know that this is Indowarehouse, but you know you have Pakistan representing here. But all credit to him, he's grown this label into a very, very big deal to the point that the biggest touring agencies are bro, he's playing EDC in Thailand. No, that's not even the biggest thing he's done. You get it?
EDC कोई छोटी चीज नहीं है bro.
So he's done that, and it's in front of our eyes. And we've had a nice relationship enough to like, you know, bounce off each other and grow off each other. So we're at a point that we're making a lot of music together. It's in the house space. You know, we performed that song at Brooklyn Mirage twice. When we performed there, it was the most surreal experience of my entire life. Even though we were on stage for like 9 minutes, but those 9 minutes felt like an eternity, because when you see 7,000 people in front of you at a venue like this, it takes people's breath away.
And the setup and the atmosphere
and everything, bro. Like, it was just magical. I cannot compare that to anything I've experienced.
Can we find this performance on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. You could look up Indowarehouse Brooklyn Mirage to 2024 and 2023 because we've done both.
अभी इतनी बातें तुमने अभी की है ना, there's so many things that I wanted to get into. So अभी you just mentioned house music उस तरह से. There's something that I need to like give you flowers for, bro. Bro, your feature game is insane. I don't know तुम में क्या like वो होते हैं ना like mythical fighters like क्या कहते हैं bloody Nate Diaz के उसको कोई हरा नहीं सकता या like तो when you're on like a feature, yeah bro, like हंसता रहता was insane. Your दूसरा वाला क्या था ना तू, जो मैंने तेरे पहली दफा सुना था, सही है बहन जो ये बंदा तो बहुत अच्छा है. And on another side step, I think you're one of the few Pakistani musicians that can like, you know, incorporate English verses in his music without sounding like, you know, for it being forced or whatever. But bro, when you go into like a feature, तो तेरा क्या कोई different mindset होता है या do you go about it the same way? But because your feature game is unmatched, it's actually that damn good.
Well, I think the way to go into a feature is to, number one thing is how to add to the song, because a lot of artists get caught up in the fact that how can I shine in this feature? I don't think that's the point. I think the point of a feature is to augment the song, what's best for the song. So whenever I go into feature, first of all, thank you for the compliments, the feature stuff. But
it's just such I
appreciate that. But there's no methodology going into it. It's whatever is best for the song. And I have a knack for melodies. I do not pride myself as the greatest lyricist in the world, but I do pride myself over someone that can make melodies out of nothing. And my thing is melody. Like if we can get hasta renda ki baat kare ya naatun ki baat kare, usme melody is the most important. Jo logon ke dimag mein phas jati hai cheez. So there's no formula. It's whatever is the best for the song, and that's how I approached it with Shamoon and Abdullah Qureshi, and like it worked out.
जब मेरी हैदर से पहली दफ़ा मुलाकात हो रही थी ना, मुझे नातू इतना पसंद था, मैंने हैदर को कहा था ब्रो इसका रीमिक्स निकाल रहे हैं शामूर इस्माइल फीचरिंग हैदर मुस्तहसन एंड मुस्तफा, वर्ड मुझे बहुत पसंद है,
वो कराची में
it was insane. हाँ तो एक ये चीज़ है and secondly you were talking about like you know Indowarehouse पे तुमने कहा my name is Haider Mustehsan from Islamabad Pakistan and like you were wearing Rasta do you अब for someone अच्छा ये दो चीज़ें हैं I'll actually start with the city thing do you feel like कि अब you performed in New York you've performed over here as well do you feel like cities जो हैं New York artists claiming cities and cities claiming artists you probably पाकिस्तान में do cities properly claim their artists जिस तरह न्यूयॉर्क में you know या अमेरिका के अंदर cities claim their artists like you'll see lists abroad के oh the best New York artists or like वो heavy New York को rap कर रहे होते हैं do you feel like पाकिस्तान के अंदर वो होता है या नहीं होता
I don't think we're there yet in terms of people claiming stuff, but I think we're on the precipice of that because there's a lot of people from, let's say, for example, from Lahore. Just one example out of nowhere, Majnu is doing a lot of good stuff here.
literally
तो Majnu का Lahore में and like for Karachi is the Stunners. You get it, like people are claiming their city. In Islamabad, like B, Shamu and a bunch of other people are from Islamabad, but nobody like kind of claims home Islamabad and flana. It's not there yet, but our music scene is growing in a very healthy and beautiful way. And I have nothing but respect for the artists that are, you know, pushing that forward.
मेरे इस पे दो राय ये हैं कि जो लोग सिटीज़ को क्लेम कर रहे होते हैं ना वो सिटीज़ भी फिर उनको वापस क्लेम करने लग जाती हैं फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक ये जो द स्टनर्स फॉर एग्जांपल अभी उसकी अंजुम की वीडियो आई मूवी आई है कटर कराची एंड यू नो ही हेविली मेंशंस कराची अ लॉट तो फिर कराची को भी वो एफिलिएशन रहती है देन दे heavily like claim him and I think you hit the nail on straight on the head कि मानू के बारे में मानू is the only Lahori artist that Yan city जो उसने बनाया था that's the first I heard of him and that's the only artist I think जो लाहौर जिसको claim करना है मतलब लाहौर तो बहुत ही toxic है in this I think इस्लामाबाद और कराची शायद ज़्यादा ही करते होंगे but अच्छा switching off somewhere ये जो अभी तुम कह रहे थे इंडिया पाकिस्तान का क्या उतना डिवाइड है जितना इन न्यूयॉर्क जितना यहाँ पे आता है
There's nothing there. And I speak for everyone that is listening to this outside of Pakistan, that Indians and Pakistanis, if you put them out of the political jargon and the borders, if you put them in another country like Canada, UK, America, we're the same people, you know. For the people in authority, or aka the white man, like you're the same person. Okay, doesn't matter your name is Gupta or your name is Mustehsan or your name is Butt. You get it? Like you're the same person, and they realize that, and there's no divide out there. Like my best friend PD is Punjabi. He's from Jalandhar. Whether or not he was born there, that's besides the point. His family welcomes me like I'm his family. Like his ammi and his father are like my ammi and dad. You get it? Like there's no divide. It's just the politics that rage through our country and the Indian diaspora. But like acha hai. Like there's a whole big, when they call it the diaspora community, it's Bengalis, Sri Lankans, Pakistanis and Indians. They're the same. Like we're all the same people. If you're born there and you're brown, you're brown. Like Desi. That's it. You're not Pakistani. Punjabis have their thing about it, हम पंजाब के हैं सरते हैं पंजाब दे you know, like they want to stand themselves out, but that's even beautiful because whether you're from Pakistan Punjab or you're from India Punjab, Punjab is Punjab. So there's a lot of like closeness that you don't find here, and even here people realize कि यार India के जो artists हैं और हमारे artists हैं, we're the same people in that sense कि हमारे जी consumers हैं सारे, they're the same people. We're just on the other side of the borders. We have the same issues, we have the same problems, और हमारी judgment का तरीका भी एक है, कोई अच्छा कर रहा है, कोई बुरा कर रहा है. So it's not seen in New York or any other like Toronto, Texas, whatever. We're the same people over there.
Fair enough. अभी तू खैर small little shout out to PD as well. अभी मुझे I remember जब तू उसको यहाँ पे लाया भी था. That was so. And he's a really tall guy, like बहुत ही वो.
Yeah, he's like 6'4", dude.
He even performed here. Like तुम लोगों ने यहाँ पे क्या performance दी थी?
There was this thing called Summerfest or something at Royal Palm, and
जहाँ पे like गेट ब्रेक हो
I
गया.
guarantee you, and it wasn't our performance. It was actually Hasan's performance, and we were with Hasan Raheem. Shout out, like usne hame when we were all together. He's like, "Yo, why don't you guys perform a song during our set?" And I was like, "Cause PD's here from New York, and I kind of want him to perform." I'm like, "Yo, sure, we'll take that up." So Hasan was kind enough to let us on during his set, and bro, there was about like 10,000 people over there. It was madness. And PD had like 102 fever, but like he still pulled it out, you know, like pause. But like you know, it was a good time. And I think he had a good time
ये
here.
तेरे अंदर से अभी न्यूयॉर्कर निकला. अभी तू हसन रहीम का मेंशन किया है ना ब्रो. अच्छा, so being on the periphery of like, you know, your career, like it's a really nice thing to see how you've grown. Like I remember the first time you performed in Lahore. I think अकेले तुमने perform किया था at, I don't know what the place was, but you were performing covers. अभी तुम्हारे गाने आ रहे थे. And this comes back to how मैं तुम्हें कहता हूँ कि तुम बहुत methodic हो, तुम कितने cerebral हो. I remember you played a few songs and then your last song was Heeriye, and verbatim तुमने कहा था कि oh, I performed this song with PDNY, but he's in Jalandhar, Punjab. So I have a surprise for all of you. To perform his part, जो headliner था, I'm bringing it out, make some noise. The crowd went wild.
Yeah.
मुझे वो तो again it comes back to जितना तूने धनक के साथ भी वो किया था कि
No,
oh, you know what's happening, and like तो वो क्या था bro? How did
It was just like a backstage conversation with Hasan because Hasan really likes Heeriye, the song. And I was like, bro, PD nahi hai, falana falana. It wasn't that deep, and he was just like, अच्छा मैंने कहा तूने करना है? मैंने पूछा उससे. मैंने कहा would it be crazy? Would it be like nuts if you do PD's part? Because it's the first one. He's like, ठीक है. मैंने कहा अच्छा. मैंने कहा ठीक है. मैंने कहा fit है bro. So we did it together and turned out pretty well.
And now अब जो तेरा अभी इस्लामाबाद में भी concert हुआ था, like people singing Dhanak, people singing तेरे नाल, people singing धीरे धीरे, तो it's like बहुत आला यार, बहुत खुशी होती है. तो अभी venues की बात हो रही है, तो you also performed at the legendary S.O.B.
Yeah.
Bro, like I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like अगर आपको नहीं पता, S.O.B. एक बहुत famous venue है जहाँ पे Drake ने भी perform किया हुआ है, Cardi B ने भी, Migos ने भी, I think Kendrick ने भी किया हुआ है, but खैर I don't want to say their names in the same sentence. Like कोई वो आ जाए. But what was that experience like, bro? Like this comes back to like the wins that you were taking that need to be, you know, highlighted. तो ये कोई छोटा काम नहीं है. I don't know अगर इतने, actually I don't know किसी Pakistani Punjabi artist ने.
No, we were pretty much the first people, but it's like it's not even the highlight part, bro. Like we did it and we did it for the culture. And whether it gets highlighted or not, if it does, it's a plus. But S.O.Bs is a legendary venue. And that was our first concert in New York as ever. Like हमेशा से उसकी capacity है 500. ठीक है. हमने जब वो concert sign on किया, we're like, yo dude, like लोग आएंगे, लोग नहीं आएंगे, फलाना फलाना. बहुत डरे हुए थे हम. मैंने कहा क्योंकि हमारा पहला है कि ये ना हो कि यार 30 लोग खड़े हों, embarrassment हो जाए. Because you know there's stuff you have to do with the venue, like ticket sales, bar sales, blah blah blah. And dude, long story short, when we were on stage, we were over capacity.
Oh damn.
Like, and that's just based off of the love we get in New York through PD and I. You understand? Like we've established a core, not even, I wouldn't even say fans, it's friends that we have in New York that showed up in numbers. And not only did they fulfill our ticket criteria, they overspent at the bar. You get it? So we were scot-free. Like we got paid off that. And we didn't expect to be paid off that. We thought we were gonna get in the loss. But that was our first show in New York, and we sold out a venue that is legendary. But hey, then again, it's not like me, myself, and I, we're doing it for the culture. We had a great time. And all I care about is when I'm like 50, 55, 60, I can look back at this and be like, yo, we did that. And I'm at the point in my life, I'm like, yo, bro, I care about it. I don't, like, if people see it, it's a bonus. But nobody else can say they did that. And if they do it, all props to them. You know, like, मैं उस तरह का बंदा हूँ कि bro, support.
Genuine, bro. अब you spend कितना time तुम्हारा like divide होता है लाहौर और, खैर लाहौर नहीं, पाकिस्तान और like अमेरिका के बीच में, like कोई guesstimate अगर देना हो, is it like 50-50?
50-50, 60-40 type. Yeah.
60 there, 40 here.
Yeah.
So bro, is it, bro, एक जगह की अपनी डायनामिक्स होती हैं, अपनी लाइक यू नो कल्चर होता है वगैरह वगैरह, एंड दैट गोज फॉर आर्ट एज वेल. तो इज इट difficult to juggle between like the requirements of being an artist in the States, or you know, gaining acclaim or like recognition in the States, to you know, gaining recognition and acclaim in Pakistan? तो एक तो क्या पहले बता कोई different requirement है? If not, अगर है तो फिर how do you juggle that? ये
Well, there's no requirement, but like there's one thing that people need to understand कि जो आपका main crowd होगा ना, the people that stream your stuff, the people who show up to your events, the people that will comment, subscribe, like whatever, you know, the YouTube, whatever. These are people that are here. This is the core. We have a population of what, 240 million
here you mean Pakistan?
in Pakistan, and if you want to add India as well, it's a big population. The diaspora represents not even less than 5% of the entire South Asian community. Over there, when you're heard, there's a few artists in New York or Toronto that are in the scene. You get it? But it's a very niche market for you to get your streams, for you to get your name out there. It's good to have your name in diaspora, but here, this is the place where you got to make your name for yourself. So there's no juggle. It's only that you need to make the right song, you need like the right marketing plan, and you have to push that. Because at the end of the day, as much as you focus on कि English करना है, फलाना करना है, क्योंकि उनको appeal करना है, as much as you say कि उनको appeal वगैरह करना है, it comes to the fact that this is the place where people are actually going to stream your music. So the performance that I had at New Year's this time, I was ecstatic. I loved it. And I loved it because the people loved it. And this is like the second time I performed in Pakistan, let alone Islamabad. When I was looking at the people in their faces, like interact kar raha tha unke saath, like it was such a happy moment, like andar se. And I was like one of them. You get it, like stage pe kafi log na tense up hoke falana falana. After a point, I was just like, yo, you know the lyrics. Wow. I mean, expected to know few
जिन्होंने
lyrics.
कहा था हार्ट पिक पी लेंगे उनको तो लिरिक्स
नहीं, लेकिन मैंने इतना, मेरे एक बड़ा नीश गाना है, like Home to You, I did it with Rohan James. Like that song, I didn't expect a lot of people to know the lyrics for. But like when I was singing it and I was looking in the art, I'm like, yo, I'm like, all right, acha scene hai. Because people in Pakistan are craving good music. And I think this is the best time to be alive in Pakistan, to consume music and to make music.
100% bro.
And there was a time when we were in like 2007s and 6 to ARY music or ye Jal EP call. That was our prime. Like that wasn't our prime. Like we were
उनका prime था.
उनका था. But हमें consume करने में मजा आता था कि कॉल का गाना आ रहा है, जल का EP का, like फलानों का ना, क्या नाम है उनका, काविश क्या नाम था यार,
आतिफ का, अली ज़फ़र का,
मौज एक बैंड था यार. नहीं तुझे मौज सुनना है, मौज is crazy. So we used to look forward to these things. I think this is, after a gap of 15 to 12 years, this is the first time to be a good consumer in Pakistan and to be an artist. Because you have the ways and the mobility to put your music out, and you have the audience that's craving good music.
100% bro. ये मतलब अभी अंजुम ने जो नाज के साथ किया है, like I was literally मेरे पास अल्फाज नहीं है bro कि ये, and खैर that is, I don't want to say that's gone under the radar, but like जितना ज़ैन मलिक के ऊपर शोर मचा था, I feel like उतना ही क्या नाम है शोर नाज पे, और even डैनी का जो गाना निकला था टीआई के साथ, I felt like that deserved much more credit than
But it's the Awam, no? Like they don't, and this is not to disparage the Awam, it's just like the Awam doesn't understand the gravity of what's happening. Because like all due respect to Nas, like there'll be a handful of people that know the
Illmatic के बारे में.
Yeah, like the stature that Nas holds in the rap game. Like there are going to be people, but only hardcore rap fans will know कि Nas के साथ इस तरह करना कितनी बड़ी बात है. Same with T.I. And T.I. more specifically, because people know you can whatever you like. Like उसके अलावा लोगों को पता ही नहीं है ना पाकिस्तान में.
एक और दफा गा तो सही है.
So it just falls on deaf ears, and it's not anybody's fault. It's a big
but
collab.
if you know हो गया है ना, like
if you know हो गया.
For me like bro, मैं क्या बोलूँ, मैं फिर अब तारीफें उनकी बस शुरू ही हो जाऊंगा जिस तरह. खैर bro, खैर we digress थोड़ा आगे. अभी when we were you were talking about like the difference between India and Pakistan, and then like performing over here and over there. I want to get into the label side of it. ठीक है, so एक तो अच्छा, can you be signed to two labels at once? Like एक तो तू पाकिस्तान के अंदर है तो शायद तेरी यहाँ पे कोई different affiliation, loyalties हो. अच्छा, let's इससे थोड़ा पीछे जाते हैं. Are you signed to a label in New York by any chance? Are you affiliated to a label?
I'm not affiliated with any label anymore. But to answer,
Anymore?
Yeah, I was. But to answer your question, you can't be signed to two labels.
Can't.
Can't.
Okay.
Because, I mean, depends on your contract, what kind of deal you have. But most labels will not like coincide with another label.
Co-promote के
हाँ,
basically.
मतलब अगर आप सोनी के साथ हो आप यूनिवर्सल के साथ नहीं हो सकते और you know, but that's that's also a culture that's shifting into Pakistan now. Universal's here, Sony's here, there are local labels that are here as well, and that's because everybody's looking at Pakistani music with like wonder, and the execs are looking at it with dollar signs,
dollar signs,
in their eyes. They're like chiching, like they're like, bro, ye gaane sun rahe log. And we're not doing too much. You get it, like Coke Studio, they just produce quality music. Like hum sare Pakistani industry mein, the Indians are looking over across the border, just peeking over the fence, like, yo, dude, they're making actual original, nice music. So all these heads from Universal and Sony, they were just like, yo, why don't we?
Because for us, for them, it's peanuts.
हाँ, उन्होंने कहा कि आप क्या चाहिए आपको ले लें हमें गाने दें समझ आ रही है तो like and they're bored of the Indian market, which they should be, because the Indian market is not producing anything original. They're not. True. कुछ वो नहीं है कि आप कहो कि ये, I mean, unless you're talking about the new desi hip hop scene, and I might not be aware of the other scenes that are going on, so
With all due respect, Joe.
with all due respect to that, I might not know, but for the large part, like कोई ऐसी कोई क्रेजी शिट नहीं आ रही इंडिया से कि आपका पाकिस्तान से आ रही है. डे आफ्टर डे यू सी कि कोई उधर वायरल हो रहा है गाना फलाना फलाना. सो दे आर ऑल इंटरेस्टेड नाउ एंड दे आर ट्राइंग टू कम लाइक शार्क्स एंड swoop down.
तो मेरा सवाल ये था, like, if you mentioned you were with a label, and यहाँ पे भी like देखता हूँ कि like कोई तुम्हारी पोस्ट कर रहे हैं, like, तो I'm assuming यहाँ पे भी थोड़ी affiliation है. Do you see like are labels over here performing as or doing the jobs that labels abroad are doing? Yeah, have they started doing that job? जो यहाँ के local labels and let's
No,
say.
they haven't.
Okay.
They have a ways to go.
Okay.
Like a big ways to go, man. Like they haven't gotten
Label,
stuff.
अच्छा, तो वहाँ पे label क्या करता है, यहाँ पे labels क्या कर रहे हैं? If you can like,
The label has the same function everywhere. It's supposed to market, distribute, promote your product in every way, you know. But the local labels, without mentioning any names, they're just like leagues beyond. They have the capital. They have the capital for other means that I don't want to mention. Like उनके पास पैसा है, लेकिन उनके पास कोई direction नहीं है. उनके पास ऐसे कोई लोग नहीं है यहाँ जो जिनको knowledgeable पता हो, जो वो नहीं होते seasoned veterans in the game of marketing and music. It's not present. They're more of a cashing, you know, like let's just throw money at the problem type stuff. So it's frustrating.
but it is a step forward.
It is a
Labels
step
के पास
forward.
पैसे भी नहीं थे.
Step forward, for sure. But they need to get their act together quick so we can compete on a bigger level with our local labels. Because we don't want the Sonys and the Universals. They're welcome, and if they're doing good for the artist, but we don't want them to take the overarching reach over the local product. अगर हमारे पास local labels हैं, I'm all for that. But you got to get your shit together. You got to get your whole. और मैं कोई pro नहीं हूँ इस पे. You get it? मैं बस कह रहा हूँ जो मैंने देखा है, it's just not up to par. Like, you're not doing any benefit for the artist you're signing. I'll just put it that way. And you're doing a detriment to the artist rather than doing a good thing.
Okay, that's interesting. और यहाँ पे जब तुम, अच्छा, जो मैं सुनता रहता हूँ ना कि वो होता है कि labels जो हैं वो कहते रहते हैं कि अच्छा, if we are to market you, you know, you hear these stories. J. Cole के बारे में भी था, and like बहुत लोगों के, if we are to market you, तुमने इस तरह specific का गाना निकालना है. So being affiliated, वहाँ पे भी काम किया हुआ है, यहाँ पे भी काम किया हुआ है. तुझे यहाँ, have you seen that over here, over there, labels के अंदर के labels की आपको आ रही है कि अच्छा इस तरह का गाना बना, इस तरह का गाना बना.
When you get to like the Sonys and the Universals, sure, I mean, there might be a creative control that you're losing. But local labels के साथ ऐसा नहीं है. Like I said, like they just need to get their rudimentary stuff together. It's just like, imagine that you open an LLC for construction, and all you need to know is like, I want to build this building. You don't have blueprints, you don't have a contractor, you have nothing. You would know about this. You get it? Like you want to build a building.
कोई चीज़ें आपके prerequisites आ जाती हैं.
Prerequisites ये होती हैं, the basics, right? Get a contractor, get an architect. Architect's a good word actually. They don't have an architect. So what's your vision? you know. But freedom is not that much curtailed as long as your artist knows what they're doing. You get it? Like if you have well, without mentioning names, if you have an artist that's strong in his approach, you don't really freedom वो तब curtail होता है जब बंदे को पता नहीं है आप क्या कर रहे हो. You know, if you get to the negotiation table and you're like मैं क्या करूँ, तो फिर आपको बताएंगे आप क्या करना है.
Would you ever open a label by any chance? Is that something, or
नहीं bro.
are you just artist side की तरफ से जो है वो तुझे artist side जो है तुम्हारी जो क्या नाम है ambition है वहाँ पे, like that's where your ambition lies?
It lies there, and like in like 5 years or something, I want to get my PhD and like just.
नहीं 5 years बहुत जल्दी है bro.
Daily 5 साल में अभी, yeah, 5-6 years I'll start my PhD, and then I'll do a bit of my tenure in academics. I do want to teach, and then let's see where life takes you. You know, music's always going to be there, but I do have this burning desire to do my PhD in a topic that I'm very passionate about. और जब इंशाल्लाह होगा तब, I don't want to talk too much about it, but like जब वो होगा तो we'll publish it.
अभी बात हो रही थी म्यूजिक रिलीज करने पे, तो and circling back to the beginning, you were like you have 25 songs in the clip waiting. तो तेरे लिए if you have them तो फिर what's stopping you from releasing them? तेरे लिए सबसे बड़ा hurdle क्या है?
मैं
नहीं ये क्या बात हुई?
खुद bro,
What do you mean खुद?
the biggest enemy of an artist is itself. And I wouldn't say enemy. The biggest hurdle is yourself. But like I said, we're building on the 2024 experiences, and you just got to put out music, and that's the number one key. You just got to keep putting out music, no matter how you feel about it. So the biggest hurdle has been me, but I'm putting myself aside now. So
एक चीज़ बता, हीरिये और धीरे की मैंने म्यूजिक वीडियो जब देखी तो उसके अंदर आता है 1 year later and like, so is there like कोई background story है इसके बीच में? Are there like, you know, long lost sister tracks then?
no, dude, it was just that.
Because वो दोनों उसी restaurant में shoot होते हैं.
It's Petey's restaurant. It's called the Last Stop.
Oh, Last Stop New York.
Shout out Last Stop. It's the last stop on the 1 train. You got to definitely visit it. It's just his restaurant, and there was no thought behind it. It was just like the fact that there was the same location. We just had to. I just wanted to specify that it was 1 year later. And if you notice the time, it's 4:44, or it's like one of those. I don't know. It's just like little stupid things that people don't even like mention, but there's no story to it. There's like zero story.
मुझे लगा कि कोई उस तरफ से आ रहा है हमारा. एक और चीज़ मैं पूछनी थी तुझसे. अब I fucking missed that in the beginning. मुझे उधर ही पूछना चाहिए था. So I saw you were modeling in like this New York Fashion Week runway. वो क्या था, bro? Are you getting into your modeling bag as well?
No, dude.
Finally, all the brands out there that are देख लें, Haider साहब is now
Yeah, it was a random thing. Like a lot of things in New York. Hey, Zan, hit me up. It was just a random thing. Like we were at a place with a friend, and he was gonna model for this Indian designer. And he was on the phone with someone, and he's like, we need more people. And I happened to be with him, and he's like, tumne karna hai? I was skeptical because I'm not really a model. I don't want to do it. Blah, blah. But he told me about it. He convinced me about it. I'm like, chalo, theek hai, kar lete hain. It wasn't a bad experience. Like, it was awkward as hell. But
Would you do it again?
No, dude, I'm not a model, bro. It was like weird. I'm just walking like this. Like, it's just weird. Everybody's looking at you, taking pictures. Like, oh my god, that's so cool.
Concert पे भी वही हो रहा होता है, bro.
नहीं, concept पे तो हम कुछ कर रहे हैं ना. We're not like a mannequin, you know. Like we're a human being.
मुझे नहीं पता तूने ये closed friends पे ये story लगाई थी या ये public के ऊपर लगाई थी, but I saw कि तू तेशर के साथ तूने एक तस्वीर लगाई थी.
हाँ.
And I thought कि अभी अनकरीब कोई
नहीं, वो he's just a chill guy. You know the chill guy. He's just a chill guy, dude.
So is there some artist that you want to like give flowers to कि इसने जो अपने
Tala Anjum and Tala Yunus, because they've got their flowers already, but I would just like to add on to that they started a culture that is so dynamic and needed, and it's unlike anything that the industry has ever seen, you know, for someone to break out in the manner that they did. And the one thing I want to give them their flowers about is specifically, theek hai, the lyrics aside, the flow aside, अच्छे हैं, but it's the work ethic. And I think everybody who's an aspiring artist should look to that and emulate the work ethic that they have. Because boys बहुत गाने बनाते हैं, and they just throw it out. They throw it out and throw it out, and that's the key of music. You just gotta keep sharing your things, and nobody works harder. Maybe there are some people, but I'm gonna give them their flowers specifically because they work harder than anybody else, and that's that. They are talented, but they complement their talent with the hard work that they're doing. So all credit to them.
What do you want to be remembered by as an artist? Like, is there after, you know, you've won your Grammys, you've won your BET Awards, fucking यहाँ पे जो भी तुझे like Hall of Fame के अंदर डाल रहे हैं, what do you want to be remembered by?
Man, I just want to be remembered as a guy that's, I don't want to, like, music, whatever. I just want to be a guy that if you met me or if you saw me perform, I hope that I came across as someone that you would be, you know, chill with, or someone that you would see and be like, God, I don't want to be a dick at any point. I'm just a chill guy. I'm just a chill guy, you know, like, I guess the legacy I want to leave is just like, hey man, I want to show people that you don't have to be a dick in the industry to be a certain way. You just be yourself and be a nice guy. Even though people try to take advantage of that, just be a nice guy. It'll go a long way. And if I want to be remembered as someone, it's just like, yo, Haider banda acha tha. You know, hai.
To take this into a slightly serious jagah, do you, might be a bit of a conventional सवाल शायद तुझसे पहले पूछा हुआ है, I apologize अगर पहले पूछा हुआ है, do you feel like you're shedding or you have shed the shadow that your sister has like cast as an artist, and has that, हाँ bro, people also realize see के फायदा होता है, ये होता है, वो होता है, but there's also a downside attached to this. I talked to like Xavier about like this on episode 5. तो ये मेरा two-pronged सवाल है. Has it also like, you know, been a hurdle for you as an artist to like have someone, you know, being associated to someone उस तरह से?
Well, two things. I don't think it's a shadow. It's more of a psychological thing that people need to go through, like you mentioned, Xavier, or like a bunch of other people that have people in the industry. Momna has never been anything short of the most amazing sister that anybody could be, or the most amazing inspiration to look up to. Has it been hard to shed off that thing? I mean, sure, bro, but I don't, like, my music speaks for itself. Like, if I wasn't, and I'll say that with my chest, like, if I wasn't talented, I would be worried. I'm not worried if people compare me or they don't compare me. I have what it takes. I have a voice. I make good music. I sing well. And
is that why you have like the HYDR as your like performance name? Or
yeah, I mean, that was more of a game time decision. But my point is, like, I'm not worried about it. Is it a hurdle? Yeah, for other people it is, because when they look at you like, huh, he's already established well in the industry, and they don't even know that. Unlike a lot of, like, I haven't asked for nothing, and we've made it very clear that I want to do this on my own, and when I need your help, I'll ask. And when that time comes, I will. But for now, I'm very comfortable with the artistry that I have, and I'm very comfortable with the artistry that she has. She deserves everything she's getting. You get it? But I can hold my own, so I don't have to be in the shadow. I don't look at it that way. Like, ठीक है, लोग तो बोलेंगे ना, nepotism फलाना ये वो पर्ची चर्ची. Bro, पर्ची है तो भाई talent तो है ना. You get it?
Talent तो
randomly नहीं आया.
शदीद talent है, आप लोगों को समझ नहीं आती, पर तूने अभी कहा कि तूने उससे कभी कुछ नहीं मांगा. मैं अभी तुझसे मांगूंगा, माइक अपने जरा करीब कर और कैमरा में देख, और बस वो जो whatever you like तूने अभी गाया था ना, you can have whatever you like.
Say you can have whatever you like.
Oh.
Say you can have whatever you like. Yeah. Stacks on me, Patron on ice. It's got bottles all night. Baby, you can have whatever you like.
मैं नहीं गा रहा. अच्छा, thank you so much हैदर. और हाँ, एक चीज सर, जो भी हो जाए आपकी जिंदगी में, आपने हार्पिक नहीं पीना तो ये भी जरा. Thank you so much for coming, bro.
Thank you so much for having me.
Coming, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I wish you all the best in all your endeavors. And 2025 is the year of Mr. Haider fucking Mustehsan.
Let's go, bro.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ethan. Thank you. My stuff.
And we are out. Thank you so much.